Welcome. 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 I was talking to a fruit fly that just keeps hanging out there. He just doesn't want to go. So I invite him to hang out with us today here at the 64 Days of Gratitude Journey. Thank you for being with me live on the replay, wherever you're catching this, my personal profile, my business profile, Heather Ruth Whole Connections, or within my awesome group. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of my group and community that I am trying to create, the Fuller Cup. Fuller Cup. Anyhow, today is day 32. And I had written this most beautiful post about my husband and how I am so grateful for soul connections. Now, soul connections are not just your love connections, and I'm grateful for my love connection with him. But when we first met, it was a soul connection. I can't shake this guy. Doesn't matter what I did, what I said, what I was doing at the time. He just wouldn't let go. Like we were already intertwined somehow. It was like he just knew not to give up on me. And when I met my husband, when I met him, I had come out of a 10-year long codependent, self-depleting relationship, a relationship that really kept me tied to that person when I should have left many years prior to that. It wasn't a relationship that was making me rise. It was actually a relationship that was making me sink. And I couldn't see it. And I was so dependent on this person because at the point of when I did decide to finally leave and move on for myself was it's part of my coming out of my healing. And when I was with that person, I'm just going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, never mind. It's going to be on. Well, hello. I had to learn a lot about who I was and what I wanted and the things that I desired and what I was going for in life. And I just didn't have that with him. He didn't inspire me to be a better person. He didn't inspire me to do a whole lot outside of myself. And so eventually I got the courage to leave that relationship. And I was happy. For the first time in a long time, I was free. And it felt like I had been living back in Mexico. So when I went and I was still in that relationship, I went and lived in Mexico for a while. And that was where my freedom, that's when I first had that taste of like independent, self-reliant freedom and found the soul connection to myself. And then when I came back, I wasn't really interested in being in a relationship, but then I met my husband and there was this undeniable connection that we had. And even knowing I was seeing somebody or dating, and I was really truthful and I would say things and I would push him away, he just wouldn't go away. And so he just seeped in, right? He just seeped into my life in such a beautiful way. And now, he's my best friend. He's my confidant. He's my person and I can like lay things down on, and he can do the same. And we carry a lot of the same energy. We carry each other's energies. I feel him a lot when he's struggling or stressful at work. I think that I get that same feeling at home. And I'm super grateful for that because I didn't actually know that relationships like this could exist. I was unaware that there were these types of connections available to us as humans on this physical plane. I have found many from this date, and I will talk about soul friendships down the road. I have it all mapped out, these 64 days of what things I'm going to talk about, but they're a part of that soul connection. And the soul connection that I have with my husband has been the most loving, supportive. I grow, he grows, I expand, he expands, we expand together. And instead, I've seen a lot of people that when they're in relationships and they're expanding and the other person is contracting, you have to learn how to live with that. If you're connected at the soul, at the heart, You'll feel that. It won't die. It doesn't matter. They just might be growing at a different rate than you. They may be expanding at a different rate than you, but they're doing it. Whether you see the physical signs of it, it's happening. Those soul connections are felt inside. They are. They are felt so deep that they're like in your root chakra, and it becomes intertwinable. So I know that mine and my husband's energy is constantly intertwined. And when I'm feeling anxious about something, I know he has a bit of that anxiety because he comes home and he's like, I'm not really an anxious person, but why was I so anxious? Well, I was anxious today because it said so. And so then he understands that. Or he comes home and he says, hey, baby, how was your day? Was it a tough one? And I hadn't even talked to him yet. And those are the connections that I craved. And I am so grateful that I have found one in my husband. And I am so grateful that I get to experience them now, that I know and understand within my other relationships with my friends, with my family. You know, sometimes we have people in our family that we just can't connect to, and that's okay. It doesn't mean there's a lack of love. It just means that there's not a lot in common, or there's not a lot for us to connect over. And that's okay too. And so you have to be gentle and give yourself permission and just be grateful for the connection that you do have. I am super connected to a couple of my cousins. Does that mean that I talk to them all the time? No, but I'm tapping into their energy all the time when I think about them. And that's the part about soul connections. That's the part about those relationships that are just built into who you are, and they are meant to be a part of your life, is they just don't have to be on the hook all the time. And that's one of the things that I've learned. It's one of the hardest things that I'm going to learn. The thing that I help my kids navigate on a regular basis is relationships. And my daughter has two beautiful soul connections, like soul sisters for sure. And she understands that it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality that is occurring in that connection. And that's what I try to set fire to. That's the type of connections that I want to build. And it's the community that I'm looking so forward to broadening in Fuller Cup, which is about connection, which is about filling our cups, feeling so whole that it bubbles over and ripples out. And then the whole world feels that. Can you feel that hug? Because I can. And soul connections are amazing. And I have many in this online space, many soul connections with women, with men, with other people, with past high school friendships that have come back into my life and have lit me up. Because I was always connected to them, whether we talked on a regular basis or not. The connection was there. And that's the thing. That's a big lesson that I had to learn. That I had to learn that we didn't have to speak all the time. That feeling is felt. It's an energetic frequency in exchange between two souls. And it's palpable and it's real. And we all need to get into that feeling on a more regular basis. So today I am beyond grateful for my soul connections, and especially the soul connection that I have with my husband, because I can feel it every single day. So I see you, I love you, and I am so grateful that you have been here with me on this journey so far. Let's bash this out for another 32 more days, and it'll bring us so much joy and so much love as we end it right in the precipice of the new year. I love you guys.